What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I have so much saliva in my mouth right now. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? That was a really weird start to the video. So in today's video, I'm gonna be trying out some weird beauty hacks, but not just any weird beauty hacks. Your guys' weird beauty hacks. I asked you guys over on Twitter, Instagram, and also on the little community thing here on YouTube to send me like your different beauty hacks that you do, things that people say are weird, but you love doing them. And so today, while doing my full face of makeup, I'm gonna be trying some of those things out. I have a lot, like you guys sent in a ton of different hacks. I've literally got like 25 different things. I wrote them all down like a good girl. But yeah, there are some interesting things that you guys do. Some of the techniques that you guys use, I mean, I'm not here to judge, but I'm judging you. They're weird. But I'm gonna try them out. So yeah, let's do this. Let's get these fellas on here. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna start with my brows because some of you guys said that you always did your brows first. So what I'm gonna be using for my brows today as like a brow gel is the Got To Be Glued water resistant spiking glue. So what a few of you have told me to do is take a little bit of the gel and basically, I'm just gonna stick my spoolie in there. Works just fine. Oh, that's a bit too much. Okay. I actually never use this stuff. I've had it in my drawer for ages, but I've never used it. So I'm just taking off the excess and I'm gonna spike up my brows with that and use that as my brow gel. Okay, I'm loving how fluffy this is looking at the moment. And if this like sticks down, we've got a game changer. So already I'm excited about this. Something like that. I will obviously fill them in a second so it does look a little bit more normal, but yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. I can feel it like getting hard. I know you'll get sick of it. That's what she said. I can't help it. But I can feel it like getting all stiff. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a game changer for me, honestly. Let me just have a little feel. Okay. Yeah, we're stiffening down a little bit there. I like using this. I want to see how it wears with other products, like with just like a tinted brow gel or whatever. Because my only worry with this is that it might get a bit flaky. But right now, it's spiking them up. It's keeping them there. And as long as this dries down properly and doesn't go all crusty, I got a new favorite brow gel. Okay, so now I'm a little bit nervous about this one. One of you guys suggested that I use mascara as brow gel. Now, obviously, if you have like super light brows, unless you're using like a really light mascara, this might not work for you because my brows are basically like black, dark brown. I feel like I might be able to get away with this, but I'm also a little bit terrified. So the mascara I'm gonna be using is the Balm Mad Lash. So I'm just gonna take some of that. I am gonna make sure I take off like a lot of the excess here. Whew, okay. And I'm just gonna lightly run that through my brows. Okay, yeah, my brows are stiff. Ooh, I really enjoy that. Like, can you hear that? Listen. Yeah, that scratchiness, they're like properly stuck to my face, which is good. Okay, that's actually not as like intense as I thought it was gonna be. I do wanna give that bit a little bit of a wiggle there just because I did move around a couple of the brow hairs then. So I'd probably maybe suggest doing this before you do your Got To Be gel. Other brow gels and hair gels are available. But yeah, it's actually not as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. That kind of works, to be fair, so if you're in a pinch, mascara works. So now I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows as I would normally. This brow pencil is literally just like dying, but I love it so much. It's the Soap and Glory one, but it's a really good brow pencil. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly fill in a few little hairs in my brows, just kind of like fill in this spot here. I feel like it might be a good idea to do the gel as like one of the last steps, just because now my brow hairs literally are not moving, so it's a little bit trickier to actually fill all this in. And what I'm about to do might seem very, very weird, but it'll make sense in a second. So let's just say that I'm extending the tail of my brow and I do it too big, far too big. And maybe I'll go a little bit like overboard on this bit, like so, just like that. Stunning. Another thing that one of you guys said that you like to do is when you're filling in your brows, you always do your brows first, because what you actually like to do to make your tail of your brows super sharp and to make the shape like really perfect is you get a wipe and wipe it all away. I feel like this will obviously work if you're doing a lot more filling in than I have just done, but my brows are already pretty intense as it is. But if you're having like a power brow moment, then actually it does make sense. It means you just get a really, really sharp line. You don't have to faff around or anything. And obviously doing your brows first means that you're not gonna mess up your foundation or anything. So yeah, I feel like that's looking pretty decent actually. I got some full-on werewolf brows going on, but I'm really kind of digging it. So now another thing that you guys said you like to do with your brows, there were a lot of brow hacks. You like to set your eyebrows in place. Now my eyebrows are already pretty set in place, but we can add more. What I might even do actually, I'm just gonna try it with a normal brow gel. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit more over the top here, because you guys said that when you set them in place, they literally just like do not budge. So I'm just taking a normal little fluffy brush and I'm going to pat the powder across it there. Some of you even said that you like to do this and then put on brow gel, because it kind of like makes them look a little bit thicker. But I feel like if I go any thicker right now, I will just look like, I don't even know what. So I love a thick brow, but I don't want a fringe. I don't want an eyebrow fringe. It's not my jam. Oh, I was expecting that to look really dusty and weird, but it actually looks absolutely fine. It actually kind of makes my brows look a little bit more textured almost. You know what? Good shout with the wipe, because what I'm actually going to do after gluing my brows down, there is a little bit of gel residue like around my brows, so I don't really want my foundation to kind of like pick up on that. So I'm just going to go around my brows with the wipe again. I mean, my brows are intense, but I kind of love an intense brow. I know they're not for everyone, but they're actually some good tips. Especially loving this. Like, I love it when my brows are just stuck in place, and this is doing just that. All right, so next we'll start moving on to my base. So for that, I have some deodorant. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell do you have that for? One of you guys said that to kind of like, I'm guessing it's to stop you from getting like a sweaty upper lip, you put deodorant on your top lip before foundation. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take some of that and just pop that on my top lip. Smells clean. Thank God I did that before I did it on my lip. Ooh, feels kind of like dry, I guess. Like how you would expect deodorant to feel on your lip. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I just had a drink. Lick my lips. Don't do that. I'm guessing like you're not supposed to put it like on your lip, like on your cupid's bow and stuff. So now we're going to move on to primer. Now the primer's not like the weird part. The weird part is that a few of you guys said that you like to set your primer. Yeah, you just like to set your primer, which is just like crazy to me, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to pop that all over my skin. I'm just using the Rimmel Fix and Perfect one. It's quite a nice moisturizing one. So I'm just going to massage that all down my face. So, okay, I'm actually a bit scared of this. Okay, so I'm going to take a fluffy brush. And I mean, you guys know what I'm like with powder. I'm not going to take loads. Like, sorry to disappoint, but I am not going to take loads because I am genuinely a little bit afraid of this. So I'm just going to run that in the lids. And I guess just like throw all of that down. A lot of you are saying that you like to powder down before foundation, like even if you don't use a primer, and I'm just like, what? But I mean, if it's working for some of you, it might work for me. Only time will tell. Okay, well, that's all kind of set down. Feels quite nice and smooth. Actually, I imagine if, you know, sometimes like primers can like perfect your skin, like the Benefit Professional or whatever, I imagine powdering that down would actually look quite nice just for like day to day if you don't actually want any like proper coverage. So that's fine at the moment. It all just kind of depends on how it all looks when I've got foundation on. That's the bit I'm afraid of. Speaking of being afraid of things, red lipstick under your eyes. I've seen this done before. Luke actually recommended this to me. I met Luke in one of my local Superdrugs and he said that he swears by this. So I'm going to try it. I'm not going to put, I don't know how much to put on, but I'm scared. I'm just going to do that. This is a look. And then another one of you guys said that you like to use like a white eyeliner under your eyes, I guess to kind of like brighten it and camouflage it a bit more. So I've got the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil here. And yeah, I'm basically going to do the same kind of thing. Just really go under my eyes there. I'm not as afraid of this one because I'm guessing it'll just mean it kind of just lightens everything. But this, I don't want to end up with a red under eye. So I'm actually just going to use my finger to tap that in. Luke, you better not be playing me here, I swear. So yeah, I'm curious about this. Right now, I just look like I've got severe hay fever, but we'll see how it works. So then the same for this side. This is so weird for me because obviously normally I like a really kind of glowy, hydrating base. But obviously I've set my primer down and everything, so I'm just feeling very dry right now. Okay, so that still looks crazy. But I kind of understand this one a little bit more. Don't really understand this one. Like, I understand it for deeper skin tones, but like, just not for me. I'm very nervous. So now let's talk about tools. So a lot of you guys said that you like to use your beauty blenders dry. I actually used to use them dry like years ago before I actually realized you like generally had to wet these. But you guys said they give you a lot more coverage when you use them dry. So I'm going to be using that on one side of my face. On the other side of my face, I have a kitchen sponge. Now this isn't just like a normal one. I couldn't find any clean normal ones. Like they look like this, you know, just like a normal sponge. This is one of those ones that goes with like the little handle dishwashy thing. I'll insert a picture now, but yeah, I did have to rip it off. So I don't know if this will work the same, but I'm still going to give it a go. I'm going to be using this one wet and this one dry. So when it comes to foundation, some of you guys recommended that I mixed my primer with my foundation, and then some of you also said that you mixed your powder with your foundation, which that bit again scares me. So I'm going to do the primer first on one side. I'm going to take, I guess, like that much there. And I'm going to take a bit of the NYX Total Control on the back of my hand as well, and just swirl that around with my dry beauty blender.
Scoop, 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 scoop.
Okay, so I'm going to use the dry sponge on this side because you guys said it does give you more coverage, and I am worried about not covering up this redness under my eyes, so I'm going to go in with that. By the way, if anything doesn't work for me, please don't get offended. Like, I'm just trying out all your guys' stuff because I'm curious. Yeah, like, you guys do whatever works for you. If it works for you, that's cool. If not, that's cool. Oh yeah, I forgot I've powdered down my primer, haven't I? This is going to be so weird. I feel like the powdering down the primer thing is going to be quite good if you do have oily skin, because obviously it means that the oils will kind of like be less oily. Good, good at like, what? Don't know what I'm saying. Okay, that's actually looking all right. It's not looking too dissimilar to how my base normally looks. It does look more matte, which does kind of like turn me off a little bit. I do prefer it without, I think it's the powder underneath that's doing it for me, because obviously like I do like more of a dewy base underneath. So I think the powder underneath is throwing me off a bit, but it's still looking fine. It's just looking like a matte foundation. It's just kind of mattified this one a little bit more. So there's that one there. Right. I'm going to go and wet my kitchen sponge. Be right back. And then we'll do powder and foundation on this side. I look interesting right now. Okay, so now let's mix this powder and foundation together. This is what is really scaring me, because I mean, if I've mixed the foundation with a hydrating primer and it looks this kind of like matte, I'm scared as to how this is going to look. But yeah, I'm just going to take some of that on the back of my hand and let's tap some of that powder in there. Oh, this is doing some weird things. Okay, let's apply my powder foundation combo with a kitchen sponge. Ooh, whoa. That was giving me some serious freaking coverage there. What the hell? I mean, it's the texture of the sponge, because it's got quite like large holes in it. I'm not sure it's going to give me the most flawless base, so I think I probably will have to go back over with my normal sponge. And it is dripping down onto my breasts a little bit. But I imagine if you have like a less holy kind of sponge, it might actually do an alright job. The coverage it's giving me is insane. Like, I don't know if it's the powder or the sponge or a combination of the two, but yeah, the coverage is definitely a lot more on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in with my dry sponge just to blend all that in, because yeah, that sponge really wasn't doing the greatest for like my complexion. It was making it just look like I just had loads of really big craters in my face, to be honest. But now I'm actually curious about whether or not a normal kitchen sponge would work, like one with like slightly smaller holes or something. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll like go and buy loads of different types of sponges and apply my foundation with loads of them. Let me know if you want to see that. I know it's a really weird video idea, but I'm down. Okay, you know what? It is a little bit more dry than I would normally like, but again, I think it's because I've got powder underneath and powder in the foundation. But this has given me more coverage, and I'm actually really kind of digging it. So now I'll move on to concealer, hopefully concealing this red under eye here. Although to be fair, this one looks pretty good actually. So I'm just going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. And one of the tricks that you guys said to me was that you like to leave your concealer on for like, I don't know, just a little bit longer, just so it kind of gives you a bit more fuller coverage. So I'm going to do just that. So you said that you just like to just leave it for a second. So I'm just going to leave it for a minute. So it's been around 30 seconds or so. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. This concealer is pretty full coverage anyway. Oh my God, yes. Yes, please cover that up. Please. Can't tell if that's giving me more coverage or if it looks a little bit pinky. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not sure. Let's do this one now. And then we can kind of like compare the two. I feel like maybe I got it a little bit too close to my eye, because now there is like a little bit of redness here, which does make me look like I have slight pink eye, but that's fine. Pink eye, but make it fashionable. This side looks quite brightened up though. I mean, they both work. They both definitely work. I do just think I maybe need to add a little bit more coverage on this side. Either that, or I just need to add less red lipstick next time. I mean, it doesn't look too much different because like I said, the concealer is already pretty full coverage. but they're both actually looking pretty good. I don't really have any kind of like dark circles or anything under my eyes now. I can see that this one is a little bit brighter. I feel like this one is maybe a bit more full coverage, so I guess the red lipstick does work. Maybe I just need to focus it a little bit more here as opposed to like under my entire under eye. But yeah, I feel like we're not doing half bad at this point. So the next thing a few of you guys recommended to me was to powder down after I've done like my bronzer and everything. So I'm just going to take my YSL, what's it called? The Le Sahariens bronzing stones. Looks like this. I'm going to take a bit of that on this brush here and apply that to my cheeks. It actually doesn't feel too crazy because obviously I have the like powder in the foundation and I obviously set down my primer as well. Dokie, that's looking okay so far. I'll then just take a little bit of my Too Faced chocolate bronzer just to add a little bit of coolness there and contour the old snoz. So then before I actually powder down, a few things that you guys want me to try out as well were kind of like cream-based products. So I am going to try them out before I do powder down the rest of my face. So my girl Sarah suggested that for a little cream blush, she uses like whatever kind of lipstick color you want, and she mixes it with her primer. So I'm going to take some of that on the back of my hand, I guess. The lipstick that I'm using is the Colourpop matte lipstick in the shade Psych. It's like one of the little lippy sticks. And yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of that primer just there, and I guess kind of like mix that around with my sponge. Ooh, that really does sheer it out. Actually looks quite pretty. I'm gonna take the butt of my beauty blender and I'm gonna tap that on my cheeks just here and then just blend that out with my dry sponge. Okay, you know what, that actually works quite well. I kind of rate that, to be fair. I feel like I'm actually quite enjoying cream blushes at the moment. They're like becoming a thing. They're slowly working their way into my life and I'm kind of like loving it. Take a bit more of that lipstick and a bit more of that primer. Obviously, if you have like a dish or something, it's going to be a whole lot easier. I do have one. I just don't know why I didn't use it, to be honest. So yeah, again, I'm just going to take the butt a bit and then just tap that in a little bit. That's not half bad, to be honest. Maybe put on a little bit more than I normally would. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of blusher for me. But that does actually work a treat. Good job, girl. So now for a little bit of DIY cream highlighter, we have a little bit of lip balm. So first of all, I'm actually going to put some on my lips because my lips are dry. So this is the Paw Paw Original Multi-Purpose Soothing Balm. So a few of you guys suggested that I put like a lip balm on the top of my cheeks to give it like a really dewy effect. One of you said that it gives you like model-esque cheekbones, and I'm all about that. So I'm just going to take some of that on the back of my hand and just tap that on. And you sort of like make sure cheeks look really, really glossy. I'm actually going to take a little bit more because I'm kind of feeling that. It's obviously not like, there's no colour to it, so obviously it's a bit more subtle, but it does just give your skin like a really nice kind of healthy glow, especially when I've got everything kind of powdered down. This is helping me out here. Yeah, that's quite pretty. It is definitely a lot more natural. But I think I might start doing that on like no makeup days just to give me a little bit of shine without going like fully in with the highlighter. So thanks for that. So next up is something that I know I definitely did when I was younger before I even knew setting spray was a thing. Hairspray. Some of you guys are already probably cringing at home. But yeah, I used to use hairspray all the time on my face and some of you guys still do. So I thought, let's do it for old time's sakes. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's not great for your skin. Let's face it, it's not going to be good for your skin. But it does keep your makeup on. Like, if you need your makeup freaking on, like, I'm not going to sit here and recommend that you put hairspray on your face, but if you don't have setting spray, and if you want to put hairspray on your face, it does kind of work. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with hairspray. Need to like breathe in here. Give it a minute, and breathe. I mean, it's not going to look like much right now, but I know that this will just stick my face in place. And my face ain't going nowhere. If it wants to do a little runner, it can. So then when it comes to highlighter, a lot of you guys said that you like to wear your highlighter after your setting spray because it makes it a lot more intense. So I'm going to go in with this guy here, Seychelles from the Huda Beauty Golden Sands palette. And I'm going to add some of that on top of that like lip balm that I put on there as well. Okay, I'm not sure it's working over the top of the lip balm as nicely as it normally would because it is just kind of like separating a little bit around here. But if I just tap it, it does seem to kind of work. I'm actually going to set down that bit of lip balm on my cheeks there just so I can like try it. Okay, and yeah, I'll pop some up here. One of you also said that instead of applying highlighter above your brow bone, you like to apply it here. So I'm going to do that. I never normally apply it here, but I will. I don't know if that makes me look sweaty or what. I feel like I might prefer it without. Sorry, but yeah, I feel like maybe that just makes me look a little bit sweaty. I'm going to stick to doing it up here. The next thing that one of you guys suggested, which some of you may have seen me do before, is using your brow pencil as a lip liner. I love doing this. I'm in a bit of a pinch. If I can't find the right kind of like cool tone brown lip liner, I'll just use a little brow pencil. So I'm just using the same one that I had in my brows. And obviously it helps a lot the fact that I don't actually put on lip balm. Sometimes depending on the brow pencil, it can be a little bit dry. So if it is, just put a little bit of lip balm on, you'll be fine. But yeah, I do this with eye pencils all the time as well. Like I once had a dark green lipstick and I didn't have a dark green lip liner to go with it. So I just used a dark green eyeliner and it worked absolutely fine. I don't know why I keep trying to talk when I'm doing my lip liner and then I wonder why it's not going right. I'm actually gonna fill in all my lips with it, I think. I mean, it's basically, if you're looking for a dupe of MAC Stone, this is it. Just get like a dark brown brow pencil. Might not always feel as cream, but if you can deal with that, then you're fine. And then another thing one of you guys said to do, which I have heard of before and I have done it a few times in the past, is if you want to make a normal lipstick matte, then just put a tissue over your mouth and then apply a little bit of powder and it really, really mattifies it down. I also just sometimes just go with a little bit of powder on my fingers and tap it in. This is a wet wipe that I used earlier. It's completely dried out now, so I'm just going to use that, to be honest. So I'm going to do that. Helps if I get the... Give me a minute. Just going to take it like that and just tap that on. Yeah, like I said, you can literally just do this as well. Instantly matte. So when it comes to eyeshadow and stuff, I actually didn't really have any hacks from you guys or any like weird things that you like to do. So if you did have anything weird that you like to do with the eyeshadow, then let me know in the comments because I can definitely do another one of these videos trying that out. But yeah, so I'm just going to go straight in with mascara. The reason I have 3 here is because you guys like to use like multiple mascaras just for one eye look. So I'm going to do that. The mascaras that I have here is the Bad Girl Bang, Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, and then I also have the Balm Mad Lash one. I love all of these mascaras on their own, but yeah, I've not used them together. So I forgot how much I love this mascara. It's so bloody good. And then I'm going to do this here. I'm then going to take a little bit of Bad Girl Bang. So I'm going to add that to it as well. Oh, we've got a couple of clumps here, but I actually kind of like it. I used to use 2 mascaras at once, like way back in the day. But yeah, it's been a while. Like that. Just going to quickly go through this bit with a spoolie, just because I do have a couple of clumps here. Unclump yourself, girl. Then I'm going to go with my Tarte one. This one has like slightly longer bristles, so I feel like it will separate my lashes a little bit more. I actually feel like this is like kind of doing something here. I'm not gonna lie, it does look a little bit spidery on a few of them because let's face it, I have 3 coats of mascara on right now, but it is picking up a lot more lashes than like just one would on its own. I'd maybe say do one eye first and don't kind of like go left eye, right eye or right eye, left eye. Yeah, I feel like that worked quite well. I mean, I have long lashes anyway, so like I can just do one mascara and it works absolutely fine. But if you are struggling and maybe if you find that you've got one mascara that does like everything, but maybe it doesn't lengthen your lashes, try it with one that does lengthen your lashes as well, and you might find your perfect match. Okay, so next I have my hairdryer here, because some of you said that you like to blow dry your lashes up, like literally just like do this. I'm a little bit scared, but I'm gonna do it. Do it for the video. Let's plug this bastard in. Sorry, you're not a bastard, you're actually quite nice. All right, I'm gonna put it on like the lowest setting on, well, we'll see how hot like the lowest heat is. And then if it's too hot, I might just go to cold. But yeah, get ready for some loud noises. Okay, feel like I can handle that. So you just like to do this. So I'm just gonna carry on just doing that for a minute. Maybe I'll like do this. Has it done anything? I don't know if it's doing much, to be quite honest. For me personally, I mean, maybe it'll like lift up these ones here. I don't know if it's for me. Don't know if it's for me. Another thing that some of you guys like to do when curling your lashes is you like to curl them after you've put on mascara. So the general consensus is you curl your lashes and then you put on mascara. But when I was younger, I used to think you put your mascara on and then you curl them. Like that just kind of makes more sense to me. It's like you kind of glue them in place. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do it just like normally. And then I'm actually going to heat them up with a hairdryer as well. So just do a couple of little pumps of the old lash curlers. I feel like that definitely made a bit of a difference. I feel like it just kind of like curled them upwards on the end there. Let's try that again. I always find it so difficult to get the ones right on the end. Yeah, I do feel like that made a little bit of a difference. So now I'm going to get my trusty hairdryer back again. And I'm just going to heat these up and do the same thing, but to this side here. So I've actually never really done this before, I don't think. Okay, so while it's still warm, try not to burn my eyeballs here. Give that a couple of pumps again. I think that actually worked better, to be honest. It almost kind of like melted the mascara a little bit again, so it made it a bit more pliable, whereas this is kind of like just forced it to bend, but yeah, they work. All right, last 2 things to try. Here I have some facial oil. One of you said that you like to, if there's any like dry patches on your skin, you like to tap a little bit of facial oil on there to kind of like sort it out. So I'm just gonna take some again on the back of my hand, just a teeny tiny amount, and I guess just kind of like blend that in just so it's on my finger. It's actually kind of like taking off my foundation a little bit. Like I understand it, but I feel like maybe my base is too matte to kind of work with the oils. I imagine if I was wearing my normal base where it has like a little bit of like a dewiness to it, this would work a lot better. I don't know if that's for me. Maybe if I try a little bit on a beauty blender instead of my finger, it might be a bit better. Let's go around my nose. Yeah, no, it just seems to be taking off this foundation here. Okay, so it's a no for me from that one, just purely because it is kind of like taking off my foundation at the moment. But like I said, I imagine if you do have more of a hydrating base, it will work a lot better. But for me, that one just kind of like took off my foundation. So I'll probably give that one a miss. Sorry. But thank you for sending it in. Last but not least, let's talk lashes. So one of the most popular things that you guys actually said that you like to do is instead of applying lash glue to your lashes and then putting the lashes on your eyelids, a ton of you guys said that you like to apply your lash glue actually to your lash line, kind of like an eyeliner, and then put your lashes on top. So we're gonna do just that. Normally I would use my like brush on duo glue, but I don't know where it is. I have no idea where it is. I'm just gonna use this one here. So again, I'm just gonna take some on the back of my hand and I'm gonna apply it with a wing liner brush just to make it a whole lot easier for me. So I'm just gonna basically stamp that along my lash line. It's getting in my lashes a little bit, but it is quite easy to actually like get rid of it like that. So again, just do it on this side here. I mean, it does fully make sense doing it like this. Just gonna stamp that on. And then I have these lashes here. I cannot for the life of me remember what they are because I literally just found them lingering on my desk. But they look nice. They're just like these little kind of accent lashes. So as all of that lash glue is starting to dry down a little bit, I'm gonna take my lash, haven't put any lash glue on it or anything. I'm just gonna give it a little bend and we will pop that on. Ooh, okay. That actually works quite well. I've got a little lash here that does not want to play ball right now, but that actually was really easy. If you struggle with putting on lashes, that worked a treat, to be honest. Now again, take another one and just plop that one down. Make sure you get it really quite close to your lash line. It's like somehow even stickier than when you put it on the actual lash band itself. I mean, it's not the best I've ever put on my lashes, but it was definitely very, very easy. I might try that more actually. Yeah, I kind of rate that, you know? Okay. All right, guys, so that is it for today's video. I actually had quite a lot of fun trying out your techniques. Like I said, if you have any more, then please feel free to let me know in the comments because I can definitely do another one of these videos. What were my favorite things? I mean, it was a little bit tricky, but I do actually really like the whole like lash glue idea. Actually makes a lot of sense. Might take a little bit of getting used to, but I mean, the first time I tried it, it did go pretty well. I love, there's a wipe. I love this stuff. I'm going to be using this stuff a lot more for brow gel because my brows are literally just stuck in place. Yeah, I really, really rate this. I definitely recommend using it after like you filled it in your brows and everything because once you've got it in your brows, there's no going back. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I like quite a few of them, to be honest. I mean, some of them are very, very weird, but they work. So guys, let me know what you think of this makeup look in the comment section down below. Let me know if there's anything you guys do that everyone says is really weird, but you just love doing and you find it really good doing your makeup with. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys, even though you're very, very weird, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. But let's face it, I'm weird too.